All right, so we can just jump right in. For anybody who's watching, probably nobody's in chat yet, but for anybody who is watching the VOD, what we're doing here is Algo has sent me, I guess, a stitched together version of his last three GTs, and we're going to watch through them and see what we see and try to give him some pointers and help him get a little bit faster at the segment. Is there anything you want to say about this or any, maybe specific questions are better to ask when they come up, but anything that you want to say ahead of time before we get in?
Um, I mean, I guess my main goal is looking for consistency. So I'm okay at this point giving up, frames here and there for consistently getting through it, and
Right.
not having major disasters. So that's really what I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah, so you have a 129 right now. You're getting your GT Gold. It might be better than this now, but it's just about an 8 flat. So
Yeah,
you
I'm actually
probably
down. My PB is actually about a minute faster than this now, so I'm down to 128.29, I think.
okay. And do you know what your current Ganon Gold is? Ganon Tower Gold?
I got a 148 on Restream last
Sorry,
weekend.
I mean your GT Gold, since that's where we're coming.
Uh, GT Gold was GT Gold. Yeah, you're right. I will look it up right
Okay,
now.
it's not that important. You probably want to be looking for like at least a 740-ish gold as you push to the next.
Right.
So,
So right now it's only 754. I have got 735 in a dirty 30, but
okay.
yeah, it's not great.
So you kind of know what's there, but you don't have the consistency to do it in reds and stuff yet. That makes sense. That's very common.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump in. So, just to make sure you know what you're doing. Also, okay, so you want to just hold down left here. It looks like you're trying to switch to down left after you get off the stairs. Just hold down left. These screens aren't too hard, so I imagine there's little to talk about. This is probably safe. I don't know exactly what's safe. I aim for this column with the right push.
I am for the left one, I think.
Okay, they're probably both
The,
safe.
the one right beside that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really know. That's just what I do. Nice. That's a little early dash cancel, but it doesn't really matter. So I don't think the hook dash saves time if you're not doing a sword climb. I could be wrong because you do get super speed for like a tile, but I wouldn't bother with it unless you're gonna sword climb. You know what I mean by sword climb?
Okay. I've seen it. I don't know how it works, but I only see really good players doing it, so I'm just not going to do it.
Okay, yeah, it saves very little on that screen.
Yeah.
Torch key, totally respectable.
I have since stopped doing that, but yeah.
Oh, really? Do you get a Moldorm key now? Moldorm.
Um, yes, pre-Moldorm Kino.
So this is just a minor thing, but this is one of my hobby horses. This is hookshot movement. You always want to diagonal into hookshots. This is no different than any other hookshot room. You do a cardinal left and then tap down. It doesn't matter, but just like good hookshot mechanics are just something you can keep an eye out for.
Okay. I've never heard diagonal into hook shots before, so
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, another thing right here. So here you hold the diagonal, which is good, but then here you do some cardinal stuff. You want to just hold the diagonal here.
Okay.
It won't save you much time, but it does actually make that room significantly easier. Fine. This is fine. I do the hook shot, but I don't think it makes any difference. So you can save a couple frames across these next two rooms by walking in this portal instead of going to this one.
Okay.
If you do that, people are scared of it because they're scared of walking into this portal, but if you hold down left from here, you'll clear the portal every time, and then you just walk left under here. You don't have to change if you don't want to. It's just a FYI.
Okay.
A little left but I'm gonna try to avoid pointing out things that you
Yeah,
presumably can see, like overshoots and nudges and stuff. This looked bad. I think you dragged here. Yeah, you can't hold down out of this door. This door will drag you. Uh,
yeah. I used to hold down right all the way to that wall
oh yeah.
over there, and then I was told don't do that, and I made the wrong correction and I held down out of the door.
Yeah.
And Spaces recently messaged me. He's like, "Don't do that." So
Okay.
you hold down right just enough to clear the door, and then switch to down.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I think all left right doors, I don't want to say all, but most left right doors at least drag you if you hold cardinal in them. North south doors don't do that. You can hold right or left out of like a north door.
Okay.
What's up, Requiem? Looks fine. Oh, you have a lot of bombs in this. It's probably all left right doors, but I don't like saying anything about all doors because there's so many weird exceptions. Okay, you stand much lower than I do here. I try to have Link's hat lined up with this, uh, I don't know what you call it, dark grid in
Yeah.
the ice.
Okay.
So like 5-ish pixels above here and a few pixels to the left. I don't think it's going to matter much, but... Oh, okay. Do you normally do the ice Armos like this? Because you're losing a noticeable amount of time to delaying the start of the cycle. A lot of people do that when they're
Yeah.
beginners because the strat is difficult enough that you don't want to do it the right way, but you're probably good enough to do it right.
Yeah, so I think this was before the mentor program had the GT segment, and so now when I move up, I delay shooting the arrows by just a little bit to let them start.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I think I've improved this room quite a bit since this run.
Okay. Shooting an extra arrow there, not the end of the world, but obviously you'd rather avoid it.
I have I have shot one too few arrows way too many times.
Yeah,
And so I just live with shooting an extra one right now because
that's
it's ruined runs.
totally fine. This is really this is a noticeable mistake. This is like over a second to get this chest, and you have enough arrows. Don't get this chest if you have at least 11 arrows. I would say you can climb on 10, but if you have 11, there's no, you shouldn't even think about
Okay, yeah. Right now, I just always get it. So because I didn't know how many, and I guess I could just count how many I need, but I'll put 11 down.
it. Yeah, so
So
you
great.
absolutely need 9. Well, with beams, I guess you technically only absolutely need 8. But you need 1 for the crystal switch, 8 for the mimics. You can use a beam for the crystal switch if you have beams. But you want to go into gauntlet with at least 1 arrow, and having 2 arrows in the gauntlet is quite valuable. So
Yeah,
11 is the baseline.
great.
This is fine. You can dash down here. It saves like 10 frames. Most of the time save from the dash down is because when you're walking down like this guy is moving and it creates lag while you have a projectile on screen. It's not important if you don't want to worry about it, but it is a thing you could think about if you wanted to.
Okay.
You do drone mimics. Very good. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm not going to talk about this. We'll see if how it goes in the other runs and see if we need to worry about it.
Yeah, sounds good. That was not my best effort, I will say.
Yeah. Okay. This is not a variation of this I've seen before with the boots thing, but
It's what Concision does, and he got it from Joe.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a room. I think all mimics rooms in the game, all 3 of them or whatever. Anything that gets you through the room every time, I wouldn't worry about. You can save a lot of time in that room, but you can also lose a lot of time, and it's generally just better to get through. What's up, Spaces?
Yeah. Mimics 2 is more consistent for me than Mimics 1 right now. So
That's interesting. I find it so much harder. Okay, what did we do wrong here? I guess you're a tiny bit over to the right, but not really. So this wasn't very bad. This room is like quite tight to really succeed. I think that the main issue was canceling this dash a little bit early. Yeah, you're like kind of far to the right. I don't know. I'm bad at debugging this room because the way I do it just works, and everybody does it slightly differently.
yeah.
But I think you can be a little bit tighter left on starting this dash up. This slash is, I think, fine, but I would So the way I do this room is I cancel the dash a little bit lower, and I walk left farther than you do before dashing up. But I think really, I don't know, you have like a little bit of an early dash cancel, you have a few frames of nudge. Looks like a good dash down. I don't know, you got hit by like 1 or 2 frames, so it was very close to working.
Probably get that like 80% of the time I make it through there.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, nice GBZ. So that's a 346. So you've lost, let's call it 14 seconds here.
What?
Yeah, so I look at this entry and like a 330. I mean, probably not compared to other 128 runners, but like a
Okay.
332 is like not very good for me, right? So I mean, I get them a lot because I'm not that good, but a lot of that is you probably lost 4 seconds or more in Mimics 1.
Sure.
Yeah, just little small things adding up.
Okay.
Okay, so in this room, I need to use the left arrow instead of J. It's too big of a jump. So in this room, I would say, uh, obviously your first priority is this guy, which you just sort of get automatically with the arrow. Your second priority is always this guy. On this RNG, I would probably have like walked up and gone over and slashed. There is a strat you can do, which I can show later if I remember, where if you slash this guy from very far right, the edge of your sword will hit him and it won't aggro this guy. I don't really like that strat, but it's fine. But your options on this RNG are you can like walk over and try to kill this guy first, because him jumping out of the way is really bad for you, as you saw in this room. You could also dash to the right. A lot of people advocate for the dash to the right. I don't really like it. I think it's pretty good, but I've never really liked it very much. Not bad cleanup, but that guy jumping is pretty painful. Okay, I would never shoot an arrow in this room. I don't think it's ever good. Not everybody will agree
Really?
with me, but yeah.
I will often clean up if they're along the bottom wall. I'll shoot an arrow, especially if they're on the other side. Um, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just
You probably
like,
don't throw that pod either, though.
I don't throw the pot, but I did for a long time. I think the
Okay.
pot throw is totally fine. But like,
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
obviously the bonk was the real problem in this room, and the arrow did work. But uh, yeah, I would just try to track him down. You can throw a pot at him or gear sword or whatever. It's quite hard to hit skeletons with arrows, and if you miss it, it's a disaster. That seems fine. You couldn't decide which side of the Bumos to be on, but other than that, looked fine. Go for the Louis arrow. Oh, we didn't dash though.
I missed the dash. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I hit. I'm guessing if we look at the input display, I hit A slightly too early.
yeah, I assume that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that fire rod was a little bit late. I don't think it's going to be really a problem, but it looked sketchy.
Mm.
Okay, oh, I wanted to look at Gauntlet lead time. So we had a 46 enter. You can do slightly better movement here to not like run into the wall, but it's kind of hard in this. So we had a 25 enter leave. So that's like a 39-second gauntlet. That's not too bad. I wouldn't worry about that really.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you just needed to go left after this guy as soon as you saw him going left, basically. Oh, you tried really hard to walk into that rock. Maybe next time you'll get it.
It seems like a wasted menu, but I've played with doing it here, and I should tap A to dash cancel there, I think, or to stair lag cancel, but I
Yeah.
think I started doing that recently.
Yep. I would say tap A to dash cancel to stair lag cancel here is good. What some people do, what I do sometimes, what I think I got it from Doom, is if you press A and then start immediately, you can get sort of a very short A tap. I prefer just like
Mm.
sliding my finger across A. I can get even shorter A taps that way, but using the menu to sort of cancel your dash input basically is a pretty good way to do it.
Okay.
Here you stand still for more time than you probably should after placing the block before blowing it up.
Okay.
Okay, this is too. That's just like a timing thing that comes from a lot of reps of learning exactly how fast you can place the block or blow up the block. I'm not really going to be able to tell you by stepping through, but yeah. So here we're done, and then we stand still. So not terrible. Also, you can be. I think this is about as far right as you can be, and you're going to swing out a little bit wider. So you go an extra half tile here. Not a big deal, but
Okay. Okay.
a little thing. All right, good. Nice pot slide. Love to see it. You're a little dainty with the
Yeah.
top torch, but it's fine.
Okay.
So the cue for this rod shot, um, oh wow, it disappeared. When this thing like gets to the ground like this is when your magic has actually refilled enough to shoot the rod shot. So you're making sure not to shoot too early, but you can be a little bit more. Not a ton, but just a thing to look at. Okay,
Okay.
this is nonsense. I assume you got this from Bidey, who poisons people's
I
minds with
did.
it. This is garbage. Just dash into the
Okay.
room and walk up and grab the pot. This is a waste of
Yeah.
time.
I used to do that, and then for some reason he convinced me that that was better. But I never had issues with the just dash right cardinal up.
There's a
So I'll
huge
go back to
window.
that.
It's not dangerous at all. If you do the rod dash into the room, it's dangerous because it changes the timing of you and the lasers. But if you're not doing the rod dash into the room, it's very safe.
Okay.
Yes, you do cancel cardinal up on that strat. You could have taken the frames here. You have a million hearts, but it's not something to worry about really. Okay. So the first thing about this room, do you know about the bastard door bomb placement?
You can hold down left out of this and drop the bomb sooner.
Yes, and I don't think you
I
knew
don't know
that.
that I knew that at this point, though.
Okay,
I
yeah.
forget when this run was, but yeah.
Um, this bonk to avoid damage is it's like fine. You have a million hearts though. I would probably not worry about that. But if you want to play it safe, this is not a big problem.
Yeah, I think that's one of the last remnants of the fruit bat strats that I still have. So
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't really know how to do the strat without taking damage as well. So my timing cue for placing the bomb is the jingle. The last note of the jingle, it's like do 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 do, and then when it does that, I try to press Y.
Okay.
But fine, whatever for you. Anyway, good recovery on this, knowing that you can place the bomb like that. Obviously, we don't want to blow it, but here, I guess you're just losing your mind. You were holding neutral when you entered the room. Obviously, you won't do that in the next.
Yeah, no, that's silly. Don't do that.
We shouldn't talk about that room because you're going to do a different strat in the future rounds. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought I
This,
could get him and I couldn't.
yeah. So you weren't in enough danger to play it this safe. Like he wasn't charging at you, right? You could have just backed up closer to him and gotten this spin. You were like probably a little bit too afraid of him. But you're
Okay.
safe when you're spinning, and also he's like his tail is right there and it's moving to right there. It can't get away from you, so you can't actually get in trouble here. Like sometimes you actually do need to be kind of safe because ticking off of him is pretty annoying. You end up off in space. But in this case, it was very clear that if you get closer to him, the spin will connect. So you could have just gone for it.
Okay.
Okay, that hook shot was like it worked out, but you were maybe not actually lucky. But unless you actually know you're in this specific part of the cycle, then there's some luck involved here because you did it before you saw him charge, which means that if he had continued bouncing up here, you would have just been stuck in this animation and missed, and then it would have been a disaster. So
Yeah.
I would only go for this when you already see that he's at the charge, that he's like in the charge pattern and coming straight at you, not just like preemptively.
Okay.
Yeah, what Josh is saying. Sorry, I was sort of assuming that you knew that, but yeah, you hit the tail before the head if both are in range.
I did not know that.
Okay,
That makes it feel a lot safer to do the spin. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. That is important knowledge. Okay, so for this timing this hook shot, you can. Some people like watch his head disappear and then like just time it out of that or whatever. I count explosions. So I
Mm.
count. I don't know if you're a music person, but I count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, and then it's the three of the five. Um, at least one person just counts to whatever the actual number is, 19 or whatever of explosions. I really like it. I never miss it. It works just fine when he's like off screen and you can't see him go away. Um,
Yeah, that's I don't have great success by watching the head, and when it's off screen, that doesn't work at all. So I really like counting. I'm gonna try that.
okay, cool. Yeah, on 5, 2, 3 spaces. I always feel like I should count it 1 and a 2 and a, like I'm actually counting music, but that's not how I do it in my head. Oh, we missed this. Do you know how to do this and you just
Yes,
lost your mind?
I do, but I need to practice it because I know you hold down left until you hit the wall, and then you dash, and then you go neutral. I don't think I went down far enough here.
No, you're down plenty far. You went neutral before starting
Okay.
your dash. You can see the inputs there. There's the sorry, my yeah. There's the cardinal left. There's the dash the next frame.
So maybe I don't know the inputs.
So you just described them correctly. You just hold down left
Okay.
until you get to the wall, and then you start your dash, and then you just have to let go of down left before your dash starts, obviously, because otherwise you'll just cancel your dash
Right.
instantly with the
Yeah.
diagonal. I just roll to cardinal left. I don't trust myself to get a clean neutral release, and then I just hold it
Okay.
left. Okay, and
Left
then
here.
when we get to Agador, it's 1 minute with a 4 cycle. So this is a 744 if you get a 1 cycle. Sorry, a 4 cycle. And then each
One
cycle
minute is
is
a 4 cycle.
yeah, each cycle is 6 seconds, so you can adjust for that. So like this is a 732 with a 2 cycle. Okay, that's a fine idea with a little bit of messed up slashing. Yeah, similar. I think that's bad. It's not what I would have done, but we'll go over this. I'll spend some time on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've lost control of the fight now.
Yes, which is common.
Okay. So I'm not particularly great at this fight. I can give you some stuff. So one thing I would say is that when you're slashing sideways, I like being a little bit above him. I find it easier to get this slightly down angled, um, oh, whatever you call it, recoil on the yellow balls over trying to get a cardinal uh, horizontal. And you see there they sort of went up. If you had been up a little bit higher, I think you would have gotten the angle more easily. On this one, I think this is fine. You moved down a little bit too low, which is not ideal. The timing here didn't really work out that you needed to deboost, but I think you could have done a deboost here. When he's not on cycle 1 or 4 or 5 or 8, I guess, and there's a chance that he'll shoot blue balls. Doing deboost is quite good so that the blue balls don't own you, and it also allows you to get them to target closer to Aghanim by like waiting here, then deboosting, and then stepping down. Um, I would experiment with it. It's like kind of hard to do very well. Doom is really good at it if you watch him play. I'm not that good at it, but it is pretty useful, especially when you're doing it such that he's facing down. If he's facing to the side, it's a lot easier to deal with the blue balls than when he's facing down, or up, I guess. But yeah, so maybe good deboost here.
Yeah, I've never done the deboost, and um, what else was I going to say? I oh, I didn't know really. I mean, I think I knew it, but I didn't internalize it until I was on Restream last weekend, and Moogle and Blunt Bunny were talking about, the guaranteed energy ball cycles. I didn't really internalize that 2 and 3 are dangerous, but 1, 4, and 5 aren't.
Yes, yeah,
And so that's just something I need to, actively think about. Also, the blue balls, just I'm terrible at dodging them. I take damage from those blue balls like anytime he sends them out, I'm gonna get hit by them. So that's something I need to work on.
So taking damage doesn't actually matter because you're not going to take damage in Ganon, right? I assume you're good enough at Ganon that you're not taking damage there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually have all of your life in this fight. Getting hit by blue balls can like mess up your positioning or interrupt your slashes or whatever. That's really bad. But you should like
Yeah, that's
not worry
more
about
of the
taking
issue,
damage.
that
Yeah.
I get hit by the blue balls and then like I don't end up hitting the energy balls back. So yeah.
Yeah. So on some timings it's like you have to be really careful about it. On other times it's like doesn't really matter that much. So here I don't think this is necessarily bad. I really don't like the vertical positioning. I'm like worse at getting the control over the balls that I want. I'm better at aiming them when I'm slashing to the side for whatever reason. If you find that this stuff works for you, I think that this position is totally fine. But I would have been here instead. I think that this has a little bit of a better position for these balls. But I think that if you're good at doing the vertical ones, then this guy might be more amenable to this position. So I don't have a problem with this. I just like, it's not how I would do it because it doesn't play to my strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm good at anything in this fight. And when you were just talking about horizontal versus vertical, horizontal, looking at this now, horizontal meets my, like, it looks a lot better to me now.
Yeah, okay.
So I think preferring horizontal over vertical is something that I'll play with.
Okay. This first ball you're going to get just fine. This one, you needed to move kind of up and to the right. You sort of stand still a little bit too long, and then it gets to you, and it's like you're not going to be, you can't do this angle. Like this reflection angle doesn't work. But if you're standing over here, you can kind of get like this reflection angle. So you had a shot at this one. Here, again, I think this is a good place to stand. I think that spin is okay in theory if you had released the spin mega early. So if you release the spin, you sort of double slashed or whatever. If you had released the spin like now, then it would have reflected this one and you might have still had time to get this one. But the way you did it, the timing didn't work out. So that's another thing to think about in this fight is the timing of releasing your spins. Sometimes you want to release them really late so that they can catch two balls that are getting to you at different times. Sometimes you can release them really early so the tail end of your spin reflects an attack, but you still have time to move afterwards if the clones are like desynced enough for that to happen.
Makes sense.
Here, this is definitely a deboost RNG. This is like wait here, walk into him, catch this ball, and see if you can catch one of the other ones afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, those sorts of patterns, I just don't know how to line up. So deboost makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, and then this was what, like an 8 flat-ish? 756. Okay, not bad. Okay, that time we held diagonal, so we learned between runs.
Great.
I don't know how far apart these runs were, but you've been doing a lot of work lately, so I'm sure a number of things will have changed.
Yeah.
What's up, Coin?
It's not good when the plus 7 minutes. I wonder what happened here. I think this was a I think this was one of the mentee races or something, or yeah, it was a no reset run for sure.
Yeah. You can still get a lot of good out of a no reset. And we've switched to pre-Moldorm. All right.
All right. Have something new to look at if nothing else.
Okay, I wasn't going to call it out last time because I assumed it was a mistake, but you can hammer this from higher. You see that you're kind of lined up with it when you hammer it, and then you move down a lot. You can hammer it from like shockingly high, like somewhere around here will hit. Save a couple frames. Too fast. Oh, we did the diagonal this time. Great job. Okay. How much was this your fault? That's like pretty nasty RNG. I think a lot of this is because you tanked this thing and gave him more time to walk around.
Yeah.
I guess you needed to recognize this and like not throw the boom. I don't really think you had a path around it. You just needed to slash him before throwing the boom, but okay.
Okay.
Constellation arrows, yeah. That's fine.
That was unintentional, but at least I didn't walk all the way back down.
Yeah. So in this room, your iframes don't run out instantly when you get to this portal. You see how you made it all the way to the wall? So you should
Mhm.
use this period where you have a few frames of leeway to move down a little bit.
Interesting.
Can we come back? Yeah. So you're a few pixels above the highest or the lowest that you could do this thing. So that's just like a few frames
Yeah.
of free movement. And now you're gonna enter this room all the way against the wall. So you like lost two or three frames of free movement and added walking to the wall and back. So that's like 5 frames or whatever. Not a big deal, but a little very easy thing to save.
Yeah.
Perfect chest opening. Great job. Oh. Was that just a D-pad
I
issue? I assume you know not to do that.
no, yeah, I know not to do it.
Okay.
I had verified. Um, I think Joe resubmitted his, and he like walked right and then cardinal down into it, and so I just kind of YOLO'd it on this like terrible run, and then later I went back and timed it myself and realized it was bad. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oof. Okay.
that was rough.
Oh, and we did this movement better this time. Good. Okay. Do you know how to solve this? No.
So there's a bomb jump you can do, I think, and I've
Yes.
got 10 bombs, but I, you know, I didn't.
So I'd
So I
recommend
don't actually know the bomb jump. I just have seen it watching PH probably do rando stuff.
it's like the gap is so small that basically any bomb jump will do. You can like try to do the
Okay.
spin setup or whatever, but basically you just face left, place a bomb, and maybe take like a tap up or whatever. It's like
Okay.
almost unmissable.
Great. I mean, don't pick up the pot, but that's a good backup to know.
We did this better last time. Did we forget how to do this room?
Yes, probably.
Okay. First of all, you just want to place the bomb immediately.
So at this point, I think I always went for the arrows. And what I'm guessing happened is I looked up and I saw I had 29. And so I was like, oh, I don't need to do that.
Hmm.
Um, and so I've since practiced when I don't need to get the arrows. So I dropped the bomb earlier. So
Okay.
yeah.
This is a lot closer to where I stand in this room, by the way, like I was talking about last time. This looks
Okay.
better to me.
Whoops.
Okay, so we're not doing the fast cycle on this one. You were saved a little bit here by like bad arrow timing. Because if you had been shooting these arrows,
Yeah, that looked
maybe I'm
sketchy to
wrong.
me when they were coming up, but
Yeah. Sometimes you have to like delay the last two a little bit so that they catch up with you. All right, here we do need to get the arrows. So this is when shooting an extra arrow in ice almost costs you because you could climb on 11, but you can't climb on 10. So now you have to spend like a second
okay.
getting this chest. It's fine. It's
Great.
worth it. But just saying, if you can be careful, then it'll help.
Okay. That is a good reason to practice not shooting the extra arrow.
Oh, we don't have a sub split timer this time. So yeah, you see
I
all
was,
this lag as you walk down. That's what the dash
yep.
gets rid of.
Okay.
Not again, not an important strat.
I do dash sometimes. I don't know when I decide to dash versus not. Oh, oh no.
Okay, we'll talk about Mimics 1 at the end because I'll want to maybe do that
Yeah,
with the console open.
yeah. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Get me out of here. What happened?
So
I
you
face
dropped your
down.
sword. Yeah, you don't need to drop your sword. You probably don't want to drop your sword until after shooting the second arrow if you're going to do this, I would guess.
Okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Did the same thing in Mimics 1 and 2. Yeah,
Yeah, you faced the wrong
that's
one.
probably true.
Oh, that diagonal is not good. Okay, so there's a fact that you might not know that will help you. You cannot grab a crystal switch.
Oh,
So you don't need to move
I've never
diagonally.
thought about
You
that.
can just walk cardinal left.
And I can dash turn when I'm facing up against it.
Yep.
Huh.
That's
That
really
is a fact I
helpful.
didn't know.
Yeah, that's really helpful in TR Peg Maze as well if you go for the item dash. This is fine. I don't know. I don't understand this remake.
Okay.
Okay, we got the same RNG and we did basically the same thing. Again, the dash right here is like probably the right thing to do. What you do here is, I wish YouTube were better at scrubbing frame by frame. So if you see him going, so you're going for this down slash here. If you do this, if you hold down left, or sorry, down right out of the arrow and you slash when you're like, I don't know, here-ish instead of up here, it will hit this guy and not scare this guy. Again, that's a pretty tough strat. I don't really recommend it. The fact that he did a short upwalk and then he's going right is like not super awesome to deal with no matter what. This is a pretty good save. Knowing about this arrow path up against the right wall is really valuable. So I don't hate this, but I don't know. There's
You do have to go all the way to the wall though.
yeah,
so that's not great.
So the really late left slash or the really early left slash to kill this guy, I think is really good on this pattern, but it's pretty hard, and it's like one of those things where it comes up rarely, and are you really gonna practice it every day so that in the 1 in 50 runs that you can nail this? I don't know. I tried for a little while, but I gave up on it.
I think it's safe to say I'm not.
Yeah. So I think this is like pretty acceptable.
Okay. A long walk with a pot.
Yeah. The problem here is that we got hit by the laser. If you had kept your dash a little longer, canceled left, whatever, you could have just like walked over to the guy and it would have been fine.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't done this strat in a while, but I think probably you want to cancel like a little bit below the conveyor and then you can track this guy down.
Okay. I think I saw him not going down, and so I thought, oh, I need to go get that pot, and canceled really early. So okay.
That makes some sense, but if you want to grab
I'm
a
not
pot
saying
to
it was
throw at
good
him,
thought.
if you want to grab a pot, it's probably this one.
Yep.
I do think throwing
But,
pots at these
but I
guys
can get
is
5 more arrows, and I've only got 21.
that is a nice bonus, yeah, for Lambo too. Okay, well that was
that was really bad. If I just would have canceled that and flashed down, I would have. What is going on?
yeah, what is going on?
And then why do I pick up that pot?
I think you were probably hoping it had a heart in it.
Probably.
Yeah, so obviously you just like didn't see this in time or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we sort of
And then I
lost
got
our
hit.
mind.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this is
And then I got hit again.
not having a feel for being on a conveyor. Because like some of those
Almost
slashes,
certainly.
it was just like you were not positioned probably where you thought you would be.
That's why I picked it up. I'm at a half a heart. Yeah, I was totally looking for a heart.
We are going to die. We'll find out soon. Okay, so this arrow is probably, I mean, the arrow's good. I'm not sure if you shot it as early as you could have, but this room is pretty complicated. What you actually want to do here is cancel this dash when you're lined up with him. Cancel with a right input, walk a step so that you don't get lockout frames, slash him, and then hold right and dash down. Or hold down and dash down works also.
Okay.
I understand you were terrified of this Bebos, but you actually made the room much more dangerous, I think.
Okay.
Do we have powder? We don't have powder. Okay. Whew. Okay, so what's going wrong in here? First of all, this fire rod was maybe a tiny bit late, but it doesn't matter that much. The first problem I think is that after you shoot this fire rod, you're not ready to do the next thing. You like reset and think about your next action. So you like move left and then you're like, oh right, I'm still supposed to be shooting this guy. You should have just been like holding down or down right or whatever towards where he's going and then shoot faster. And then you'll be in position for the next guy sooner too. Here you were in fear for your life, so I understand kind of getting out of the way, but probably could have gotten him.
Okay.
Yeah, if you had gotten that shot off, like if you hadn't done this little delay here, that first shot would have hit and everything would have been smoother.
That makes sense.
but this is fine. And now we can get a heart. Do we know which one is the heart? We do.
Does that heart really do anything for me though? Do things do 1 heart of damage at this point between now and when I'm gonna fake powder?
Um, do things do 1 heart of damage? Theoretically, I mean the Fusda Bridge guards do half a heart, I think. Falling in the pit
Okay,
and torches one is 1 heart if you lose your mind.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, that's good to know.
What's up, buyer? Sorry, I didn't see you. Light up. Okay. Do you know what went wrong here?
Can we watch again?
Ah,
It looks like I placed it too high.
yeah. So
Okay.
if you watch carefully, what happens is this beam is so high up that it hits the spike.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it does.
So to do this room right, you have to get some combination of timings on placing and blowing up the block where there's a fairly wide window, but it has to be in the window where you do it late enough that this guy is spawned in and it kills him, but early enough that the block hasn't moved up so high that it hits the spike. Oops. Um, keep going back too far. Oh my god, I'm blowing it. So what I do is I try to place it when I'm like kind of lined up somewhere around here with this guy, and then I like hold up left or up right out of placing it and then blow it up pretty fast. You can place it earlier and blow it up after a longer walk or whatever, but you got to find some combination of timings that works for you. Okay, now we have no
Using
magic.
magic there is probably bad. Yeah,
I imagine you don't know the no magic strat in this room, and we're just gonna wing it.
I hope I do. Do you pick up the top one? Then you come
Uh,
down here
I
and then
don't
wait for
actually.
it?
I can never remember. This is definitely not it.
Okay. Okay.
You could watch an any percent RMG run to see it. Although I don't
Okay.
think this. Okay, yeah. I don't know, man. You're gonna take 1.5 hearts of damage before fake powder.
Wait, I went and got that heart? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna take any damage before I fake powder.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, that was bad. Don't do that.
Well, just kidding. Woo!
I got that hurt.
Okay, do you know that you need the key? No, we don't. Okay.
So this was evidently the first time that I did this.
Yeah, the hazards of changing strats. All right, well, we'll talk about
Yeah.
however it goes in the next one.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so one thing I want to say, it seems like you're doing this on purpose, but just to make sure, you always want to face away from Moldorm when you hold your sword out in this fight.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So you don't tink them and bounce away.
Spaces is having fun, and that's what counts. Oh, a little too early.
Oh no, that would dash too early. Now we're in a pinball machine.
So obviously you don't want to be in this situation, but at this point, my goal would be to get above the pinballs or the bumpers
Yeah, that
and
makes
then deal
sense.
with it. So I would like go over to the right a little bit and dash up when they're kind of aligned in the middle.
Okay.
But yeah, this room is very, very difficult to recover. Okay, we did eventually get through it.
Whew.
Luckily, we forgot to split for TR, so we'll never know how bad this GG was.
Yes, yes, it's impossible to know.
Okay, I think this is fine, and I think that the spin is fine, but I think that you wanted to be a little bit to the left here so that this one will like get reflected more correctly. And then maybe we can like find the lineup on this one as well. But in this position, you're like pretty much definitely only going to get the one. And I think you could have gotten the two.
Okay.
And maybe all
So
three.
wait, I'm putting some pieces together. Can we go back and like, can you pause that right after I reflect the one from the right?
Yeah.
So before you talked about the reflection angle. Is
Yeah.
that really all this is? It's just like when I spin, it's going to reflect at the same angle and the other way. Like I'm not
No,
describing that well.
no, it's
Okay.
not like Snell's law or whatever. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
worse and more complicated than that.
Okay. Okay.
It does do that sometimes, but not always. I cannot articulate it, and I'm not that good at intuiting it either. But I think in this case,
Okay.
if you had been over here, you would have gotten it. Okay, here, yeah. So there you just got owned because you weren't prepared for the blue balls.
Yep.
The easiest thing to do here is just be like it's a Aga 1 cycle, just be waiting here instead of here so that if you slash the blue balls, they don't kill you. Alternatively, you could wait to the right of Aghanim and do some deboost stuff. This is not a great pattern though. Okay, this is fine. I would maybe have tried being to the right instead because I think that from here, like from here or here, you can probably get both of these. But I think from
Mhm.
here, you're never gonna get this one.
Okay.
On some time, if this guy were shooting much earlier, maybe you would be able to get it, but I think that probably being over there is easier. Okay, and then this is pretty good. Oh, almost. Get out of here.
Oh no. Okay. Saved it.
I think you weren't aware that he only had one hit left because you could have just spun this one. Had a very easy kill.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also had no idea. I think that was probably the fourth cycle.
I think that was fifth
Maybe it was
cycle.
fifth cycle. Okay. So it wasn't guaranteed, but I
No,
certainly wasn't thinking about
it's
that.
guaranteed on fifth cycle. 1, 4, 5, 8.
Wait,
They're
one,
all
four,
guaranteed.
five. 1, 4, 5. Got it. So it's 1 and 4 repeated.
Yes.
Okay. And hopefully I never make it to 5 or certainly 8. But
8 is pretty
I'll get to
embarrassing.
5 again, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes, this is 3.
Oh, right. I had one cycle that I didn't
4.
get any in.
Yeah, so it's the fifth cycle. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I happen to know that this
Input display
ends
move.
up golding. So hopefully this third one will be kind of a reflection of my current abilities.
So last time you did hold diagonal, I thought, but this time you're not doing it again. So just hold diagonal.
Okay. It is in my notes.
What did we do? Okay, you want to cancel this with down left, which you were doing previously. If Link
I
is
think I always cancel up left.
okay, maybe I misunderstood, but I thought I saw you cancel down left. You do
Maybe
want
I
to
did.
cancel down left here because for whatever reason, Link being higher on the screen causes extra lag during this.
Okay.
So you're about a second behind entering GT, which is, I don't know, something to know.
Okay.
This was strange movement. Oops. Oh my god, what buttons am I pressing? Okay. So here you just want to hold up left, I'm pretty sure. Like you're doing some weird cardinal stuff here.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the right facing conveyor belts there
Oh, I
along the
see.
bottom.
So I hookshot this thing, so I'm standing up a little bit higher than you, so maybe that actually does matter, and it's just different for how I do it.
Is hookshotting something I should look into?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, so I go down and then I go up and then diagonal once I clear those bottom
Yeah.
conveyors.
So why do we face down? Watch your. Yeah. So you got a down left. So if when you're on a conveyor, pressing diagonals
Yeah,
faces you vertically.
right. I remember that from the moth fight. I think Spaces taught me that with the moth fight.
Yeah, I learned that from Doom and also in the moth fight. But yeah, you got to do the cardinal.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Ooh. You should be holding left by this point. But you're holding down, so you just like mash your face into the hole for a while.
That's pretty high, so I'm going to walk right. Yeah.
Sure. Yep. That makes it a little bit safer. Good to know
Okay.
that.
Yep. I'm glad that I did what I thought I should do when I watched it back. That is the place I lose a heart. That's where I lose my beams in the basement most often, as I end up
Oh.
taking a hit from that fire snake.
Yeah, it's not a big deal to lose beams. It saves you a little bit of time in the climb, but
A little bit, but not too much.
I don't do that Bob menu there, but I think it's pretty good. So if you like it, then
Yeah,
you should stick
that's
with it.
how I judge if I can do the bonk.
Yeah. I just don't like doing actions out of menus, so I just burn the menu.
Mm.
Okay.
I think I threw it a little bit too late there.
Yeah, I haven't done this strat this slow way in a long time, so I'm not confident. But yeah, some
Doing
combination of
yeah,
slowness.
doing it the way where the anti-fairy gets stuck on the right and you open the chest to its left is just terrifying. I'm probably never going to do that.
So this is, again, you're a little bit low here.
A little bit lower, yeah.
One pattern I'm noticing in Warp Skip, it's safe to take the right dash pretty aggressively. Yeah, I assume that Algo is worried about bonking more than worried about being too far right, but in case, that is a good piece of knowledge. Oof. Wow!
Saved it. So I did delay the arrows there to let them start going, but
Yeah.
then one got by me.
I think you maybe delayed a little bit more than you needed to,
Okay.
because these arrows to the left don't seem particularly slow. Maybe the first arrow to the left is a little slow. Maybe that's the issue.
I'm also it looks like I'm just mashing once I get to the top.
Oh yeah, you are. I do think that the
It's probably
problem
not good.
I do think that the problem though is the first arrow to the left is a little late, and that's probably because you're like not confident in this like turn and shoot thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like you basically have the idea, but could use some more reps in there.
Okay.
245 mirror out. So a good mirror out is like 236 ish. Maybe a little slower if you're getting the.
Okay.
Assume you're going to remember to menu to bow, but I'm always terrified if I haven't menued
I
to bow
think I'm
yet by
gonna
this
menu
room.
and then dash. I think I'm gonna dash here.
Yo, let's go. Okay, so if you do the dash, which is good, you must not hold down during it. because if you hold down during it, then you still get the lag from the Igor, and the whole value, not the whole value, but most of the value of the dash is not
Oh,
holding down while moving down in the room.
that's okay.
All right, we're gonna nail Joe Mimics this time. Okay, we don't know how to do Joe Mimics. We'll talk about it. Okay, we do get through the rooms though, which is good. I think you're making Mimics 1 much harder for yourself than it needs to.
I think I'm probably trying to go too fast and move him while I'm shooting. I probably just don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's part of it. I think the main thing is just that you're dropping your sword for, which
Got
makes
it. Okay.
controlling your facing direction harder.
Okay.
342. Okay, so again, I don't know what a good time to aim for at your skill level is, but a 332 is about the highest that I'm like not tearing my hair out over. And like obviously, you're not quite there yet,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, I'll be slower. Yeah.
342 is significantly faster than your first one, which I think was a 346. So we're already doing pretty well compared to last one. We had some issues in Ice Armos and stuff, so we've got a couple seconds that we can see to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing you should ever shoot an arrow at, well, you shoot an arrow at that guy. On some RNGs, you shoot an arrow at this guy. You don't use the bow for just like random stuff in the gauntlet. You're just gonna miss.
Okay. That's a good quote.
Oh, oh wow. Okay. All right. Very good cleanup. Interesting. That's the second time you've just really been off on your dash
Yeah,
cancel here.
yeah. I mean, there are some times where that bonk is good. If you can dash through them both, the bonk back is actually good.
No, it's not.
But
But
that's not
it's
that's not this. Well,
yeah,
it's safe, I should say. It
yeah,
puts
yeah,
you
yeah.
back kind of, yeah.
But we did get the cleanup, and I did want to say I think that the yeah, I agree that north slash on the last guy in G2 is pretty difficult. So first of all, I don't think you were doing this as much in your first two, but in this run, I've noticed several turn dashes. It's like you're not disciplined with
Hmm.
your dash turns this run.
Okay.
Um, this dash is fine. This is about as low as you can go. You could have started a couple pixels higher and then been a little bit above the BMOS or whatever. So not a problem, but like close to being a problem. But I did want to say, I think that this is the correct approach to this particular RNG. My approach is always, obviously, you kill this guy and then you dash left. And then you have to figure out which of these two guys is going to be a problem and deal with it somehow. And this guy is going to be a problem, which means you're going to take this path anyway to get up here. So you just like hold your dash and go up here. If he had done a short walk, then I would advocate for canceling this dash, slashing, and then going after this guy. Because if this guy's chilling in the lower left corner, then he's not the problem. This guy's the problem, right?
Right.
So I do think that you handled this well. I think that this was the right approach to this RNG. Like we had some execution errors, but I think that you had the right idea here.
Yeah. Okay. I see some people use a fire rod in this room. I never use a fire rod in this room. Is that are there particular RNGs I should be looking to do that?
So I also never use the fire rod in this room because I think that the Louis arrow in G4 is really, really, really good, and I'm not going to give it up to
Okay.
fire rod in this room.
Yep.
So I do ring around the
Okay.
rosy on some RNGs. If you want to fire rod in this room, some people, including very good runners, do it. I think Doomtap does it. You want to fire rod something,
There's
and
magic
then
in the
yeah, there's magic in the pot, and you
yeah.
can get it while the guy's burning.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I also like this arrow, so I'll just assume that I'm not going to fire rod in G3.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about G4 in some depth after this, but you never want to cancel on the ice. You want to cancel down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, could have been worse. I call it the Louis arrow because I learned it from him, and one time I said that, and he got mad at me for naming it after him, so I just kept doing it. Sometimes I call it the Behemoth arrow because Behemoth had it on a videotape that he revealed to the world after everyone else started doing it. Okay, we're doing the stair drag cancel here. That's a pretty long A tap, but it's fine. Um, but you're still kind of slow on just like breaking the block, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I remember at one point when I was doing six slash cold stare. At some point, I just realized I could be slashing faster.
Yeah,
Like I'm just slashing slowly, and I think I can probably apply that thought a lot more places too.
yeah. Getting a, I think you're getting conveyor here. You're 1 pixel too far to the right. It doesn't matter. Um, Getting a really strong feel for just how long each animation is one of those things that's valuable, but really just requires a gazillion reps. So you'll build that over
Yeah.
time if you're thinking about it.
Oh,
Okay, we played this whole room very cautiously, which is like not necessarily the worst, but you're
I think once I missed that top torch, am I too low here? I'm definitely
well,
too low here.
you're lower than you need to be. Too low is, up to interpretation, but yes, you could take
Sure.
this much more aggressively. You could be much more aggressive here as well. I do like that you do the pot slide. And then here you like actually wait
This
for
is
confirmation that you torched it, which is fine, I
okay.
guess, but I don't think you need to.
Yeah.
And again, you're a little late on that fire rod because you're not confident on when the will come in. Hey, we
Hey,
did it.
I took your advice and then I missed the magic.
Okay, so
Obviously, that's too far to the right.
I don't think that's the problem. Is that the problem? How long is this?
So there are some times when you can pick up a pot and you don't move, and then you just get the thing that's under it. And I don't really understand why that is.
Yeah, that was what I was just about to explain. So maybe you are too far right. I don't know what's going on here. I think you might have just moved away too soon. So you can grab a pot from more than 0 pixels away from it.
Okay.
And so if you grab a pot from the lowest that you can grab the pot, you will be too low to pick up the thing that's under it.
Okay.
So you want to like, you don't want to rush the pot pickup, basically. You'd rather mash your face into it for a couple frames to make sure you're all the way lined up with it. Same thing in like Skullwoods and like sexy statue hearts and stuff. All right, surely we're gonna get this one this time. Okay.
I was super safe there. I'm like, I'm not dropping the second bomb until I know it works. That was not good either.
Yeah. So this is what I was saying earlier. I don't like having to act immediately out of a menu. I try to menu instantly in this room so that I can just like pick up the pot when I get to it instead of having to do it out of the menu. That's just like
Okay.
a personal preference thing, but
Okay. I so I was working on this room quite a bit
woo,
earlier this week, and I am not good about like that anti-fairy comes around and hits me way it's normally up higher, like before I pick up the magic pot.
let me send you a
Like
video.
sometimes it stays to the right, sometimes it doesn't. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong here to not consistently like get through this room, I guess.
Let me send you a video.
Okay.
That should explain how the room works. Like a minute
Okay,
long.
perfect. Thank you.
That hook shot is like fine. I'm not gonna really give you trouble for that. I think that it's a reasonable thing to try. I think that you could have like probably done something better, but it's safe and it worked, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Oh, I forgot to look at any of your subsplit times. We can go back and look at them. Oh, we messed that up again, but we already talked about it.
So 4 cycle is going to be 740.
Yeah. Here we go to the right and we spin. Yeah, fine. I think probably we want to be higher up for the spin so that he doesn't go into the wall. But I don't know.
I think I was
We got
afraid
to
if
it.
I moved too high up that I would hit Ago when I spun and take damn and like
Yeah.
get hit.
So this is definitely not the best thing you can do on this pattern. So on this pattern, when they're all collinear, you always want to be collinear with them. You could stand up here, or you could wait down here, deboost right before they hit you, and start sort of slashing. I think either one would be fine. This is, you're very unlikely to get both of the cloned hits on this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a rancid pattern. I think this is okay on this pattern. I think you have three choices here. You can go for this, where this is like a pretty favorable angle, but the timing is tight because like you don't have much time to move after he shoots and before the ball actually gets to you. You could go over here instead, which makes this easier, and he's the first one who's firing, so that's something to think about. But then you have to attack vertically, which I don't like as much. You could also just go down here and probably do a spin that gets a bunch of them reflected at him. This wouldn't be where I go for it, but it's not too bad. We do mess up the timing a little bit though for kind of the reason I was saying. Okay, we're standing offset to the left here, which is good. And then what do we get? You said this one golds, right? It's like a 7.
Yeah, it's probably like a
51.
754 would be my guess. It's probably my current gold, which is 754. So that must be what this is.
Yep. Okay. Let me swap scenes. And okay, I think you can see my stats now. All right, let's talk about Joe Mix. So the way I do this, the way I did this back when I did it. Oh man, maybe I'm not gonna. I guess I do let go of B after shooting the first arrow. What am I doing? Yeah, because it's really bad to tank them, which is why you know I don't drop. If you can do this slash really high up, then like you don't need to worry about that. But you're gonna have to drop your sword at some point anyway and re-slash. So. I'm not very good at this strat anymore.
I think my most common mistake is when I go to fire the arrow and move them, I do the inputs in the wrong direction, the wrong order, and end up facing left.
Yeah.
Which I think happened in at least one of these runs.
I'm trying to like figure out what I'm doing. I'm like, so I'm holding B and left, and then I'm like rolling to Y and then letting go. So I'm like holding B and then like roll to Y and then let go, as like letting go doesn't feel like an input, but that's kind of the. I don't really have the. Yeah.
I never do that dash out.
Dash out?
Is that something I should be looking at?
Probably not. It doesn't matter unless you want to do a sort out strat in the next room.
Oh, I see.
The
Which
strat...
I do, actually.
Oh, you do?
Right, because don't I... I'm pretty sure I slash and then do a dash.
We can.
No,
Well, I can rewatch. I thought you just did the dash. Yeah, you do a dash and then a slash, which like you could do
Okay,
with
got
your
it.
sword out. It would change the timing of the whole room, but you could relearn it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Look at this. Okay, what was the other room I want to talk about? G4, I think we should.
Okay.
So I'm paying attention to where this guy goes to decide when I want to menu, and either I want to menu here and then I cancel with right, slash him, and then continue holding right to dodge the BMOS, then be lined up with the door on the way out. Or if he's staying down in this corner, then I hold the dash much longer and cancel on the bottom patch of ground. That time I blew it. Doing that there, like that looks a little bit scary because you could walk into the Zazak if your timing is bad on the slash. So I don't know, if you're not comfortable with doing it that way, you can find something else that works. Wow. So this pattern, I want to go down here. Somebody raid me? So yeah, so here, you actually do have time to just like hold right here and slash. Can't do it out of after talking out of a select menu, but, which I think is like, it's the best way I've found to handle these patterns. But you could do something else if you don't. Personally, I've never felt like I have much trouble with the like lockout frames. Are you still there? Did I lose you? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. So I've never really had much
Just
trouble
thinking.
with the dealing with lockout frames thing. For some people, it's like a big problem. They struggle with the timing of it. So maybe it's if you have trouble with it, then maybe you need a different solution. But that's how I do G4.
Okay. There's one RNG when the second one goes down and then is like coming left that I end up getting shot by the BMOS pretty regularly.
So that's the worst RNG in my opinion.
Okay.
I think the best thing to do is extend your dash until it hits him.
Okay.
But that's pretty hard for me. Do I have locked RNGs? Okay, so this time I couldn't extend the dash because he wasn't there in time. So I don't have a great solution to this. Like, you can do something like that. It's like cancel left and then go slash him.
Yeah, that seems fine.
You
Okay.
could probably go up here and do it as well.
Oh, interesting.
But that's definitely one that I will mess up. That's probably the one I mess up the most, is when he's like
Okay.
right there by the door. Oh yeah, let's look at torches 2 real quick. Or no, not torches 2. Torches 1.5. Oh yeah, another thing. When you did a cardinal here that you don't need full diagonal, you'll get pit drag about half the time.
Okay, yeah, I saw I was getting pit drag some of the time, and so I thought I shouldn't do it.
Subpixel. You can't beat the diagonal.
Okay.
Everything. Okay, so how did we miss this? What if we go all the way to the wall? No, you can pick it up from all the way on the side of the wall. You were just too fast.
Okay. I just started moving before before the like some animation finished or something.
Yeah. So Josh recommends taking a step to the left. You can probably save frames doing that. I don't do it. I remember learning from the old ones that you want to take a step down before diagonaling here. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that sometimes it reduces lag. Okay, we can talk about on the wall real quick. Well, I think I probably told you the thing that you need to hear, which is that you need to time the bomb drop.
Yeah.
You can go for this kind of strat. I'm not very good at it. Like, I just lost 20 frames or something. You can go for this kind of thing as well. That's, like, fine. Just walk. Also totally fine. I don't know. You're probably, like, close to the point where you don't need to worry about taking damage in there. But if you're still worried about it, that's fine to avoid. Dude, I can't do this.
If I'm low on health, I'm fake powdering still. So that should make me even less sensitive to
Yeah.
losing health unless I'm on the border of not fake powdering. So
this is in the video, but the main thing about this room is that you want to get a clean pot pickup, but not a clean pot throw.
Oh, okay, all right.
So if you're too fast on the pot throw, I can't do anything fast today.
Oh,
Then this guy will
that
bounce differently.
lets it escape. Yeah. Got it. And I was probably trying to do it as fast as possible, not realizing that.
Yeah, there's other
that
ways
set
for it to go
the-
wrong, but that's one common one that's hard to
Yeah.
understand. What's up, Sleevey? What's up, Corey? The review is still going. Yes, it's just about done. What's up, DFS? Yeah, a lot of people do weird stuff in Desert, like do wiggles and stuff. What was that? What was what, Sleevey? Oh, dude, I just can't do anything. Okay, I think that was the stuff that I wanted to go over in the practice hack. Is there anything else that you had questions about or that I brought up and meant to demo or anything like that?
No, I took a ton of notes, and watching this stuff back is I remember it a lot. I got a gold. This must have been great. But watching it back room by room with somebody and talking about it, like, oh no, that's wrong. Oh no, that's wrong. So if nothing else, just forcing me to walk through it has been great. But I took a ton of notes about stuff I didn't know too. So this has been great. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. I would say that the most high value things to practice, I mean, AGA 2 is kind of like a long pole problem, so it's always good to sort of practice that so that you have the hours in when it's really the gatekeeper for you. But I would say
Yep.
that Mimics 1 is probably the main thing to fix, which is like not that surprising. Mimics 1 is a really, really difficult room.
Okay.
And then like you can definitely clean up the gauntlet and just like get better handling of more RNGs.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the sound effect was definitely a follow notification.
Mook on a stick. He just PP'd today.
Oh, GG Mook on a stick. Thanks for the follow. All right, unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna do any more streaming today for myself. So, do you have anyone that you would like us to raid, Algo?
Let me see if I see anybody I'm following. And I just see Chex and Moogle streaming right now. Looks like Moogle's in desert and Chex is practicing. So I don't have a strong preference, and I'm sure you know lots of other people. So
Oh, I was gonna stream
I
one
do
of
not.
them. All right, let's stream Moogle since he's actually doing a speedrun.
Great.
All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll put this VOD up on YouTube if anybody's interested in catching that. And I'll stream, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or later this weekend. Take care.